Wash, Wagwan, I'm that boy Kato. Welcome back to the channel. Bro, today we're talking about album series, bro. Have you ever seen, like, yo, Ghostface Killer just dropped Supreme Clientele 2. Lil Wayne just dropped Carter 6. Who else? I think Raekwon the Chef just dropped. No, he dropped Emperor's New Clothes. That's not a sequel. That's not a part of a series. It's just a oh yeah. Nas dropped a bunch of stuff. He had like 2 or 3 series going on at the same time. He would drop King's Disease 2. He would drop something else. What's the other one? I forgot the other one. But like that's what we're talking about, bro. And Carter 6. I don't know what you guys tell me right now. What did the Carter 6 do to you mentally? And when you heard it, was it nostalgic? Did it bring back memories? Was it a successful album? Because before we go even further, the fact that someone is a legend or is a legacy artist or is like a huge artist, no matter what they do, no matter what they put out, it's always gonna be good. So So, if you're watching this video and you listen to one of those albums or one of those follow-up albums that came out after the first one, it's just like this, right? Drake dropped Views like a couple of years back, like a long time ago, right? Like probably like 8 years, 5 years, 6 years ago right now. If Drake drops Views 2 right now, or Scorpion 2 right now, or 3, whatever, 4 right now, or Scorpion 2, it must be 2. If he drops it right now, what's gonna go through your mind? Just the fact that the name of that album is so nostalgic, and you remember exactly where you were at, like when that album dropped. You have a certain level of expectation from that album. You have something that's already imprinted in your mind. It's already in your brain. Like, yo, if you hear Carter 6, if you hear Lil Wayne saying, yo, I'm dropping the Carter something, you're already thinking like, yo, imagine this. It's like 5 years ago, or it's like 10 years ago, for example, right? And Lil Wayne just dropped Carter 3, for example. And then it's like maybe 2 years afterwards, and you hear Carter 4 is being dropped, because people say Carter 6 is the best Carter out of, not Carter 6, Carter 3 is the best Carter out of like all the Carters, right? And then right after Carter 3, a year or two later, you hear Carter 4 is dropping. What's going through your mind? You're like, oh my God, Carter 3 was dope. So now imagine what's going to happen with Carter 4, though. Let me tap in. That's what happens, usually, right? But like what I'm trying to say is, should we expect the same exact album from a person? Is Carter 2 the same as Carter 6? Is Carter 3 the same as Carter 4? Is the first Carter the same as the fifth Carter? Is the fourth Carter the same as the second Carter? And are they supposed to be the same? Like, are these album series and sequels supposed to be the same? Is it supposed to be the exact same? Because Supreme Clientele dropped, and I was by Ghostface Killer, and I was expecting to feel what I felt when I first listened to Supreme Clientele 1. I was expecting that feeling when I heard what's that song, bro? Bro, there's a lot of songs I love from that album, bro. When I heard is it Fish from Carter, from Supreme Clientele 1. Is it 1 as well? Like, when I heard those songs for the first time, I was like, yo, what the hell? And then he dropped Supreme Clientele. I'm not saying it's a bad album. It's not a bad album. But I feel like it's different, bro. It's not hitting that same spot, bro, that Supreme Clientele 1 did, bro. And Ghostface Killer was asked about this, and he said you can't expect to have the same child over and over and over again. And of course that's true, right? But like I feel like, man, if you made Supreme Clientele sound like that back then, and now we have producers with like all this technology, and you have matured as a human being, you've grown, you've experienced like a lot of things. I'm expecting Supreme Clientele 1 to be like the worst Supreme Clientele out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting the Carter 6 to be the best Carter out of all of them. Especially if you are coming out, you know what I mean? Especially if you've had like all these experiences, you've had all these like all these like you know what I mean? Like all these experiences, all this growth. You've seen all these things right here happening in your life. And you drop a Carter 6 and people are like, bruh, what is that? So like what I'm trying to say is like, should we expect these album series to sound the exact same and to feel the exact same? Is it even possible for these album series to feel the exact same and to sound the same? Because sometimes it's all about where you were when that project dropped. Because you could have, I'll give you an example. You could have been like having a kid when like Supreme Clientele came out, or maybe you just got married, or maybe you just got like your girl or something. You literally just got like a girl, like the girl of your dreams just became part of your life, right? And then Ghostface drops Supreme Clientele. Then it's like literally 25 years later, or yeah, 25 years later, or like 15, or no, it's 25. It's gotta be 25 years later or something like that. Then now you have a 20-year-old kid. Now you have an 18-year-old kid. Then Supreme Clientele drops. Supreme Clientele 2 drops. Are you gonna feel the same exact way? Or are you still gonna be disappointed? Because nothing can beat that feeling of having that music to something that you've been waiting for your entire life. Having that dream girl that you've always wanted your whole life. Nothing can replace that feeling of having Ghostface Killer as the soundtrack to that whole feeling and that whole experience. Nothing can ever beat that. So now when Ghostface Killer comes back with the Supreme Clientele 2, it might be a good album, but you are in a different place in your life. It might be a very good album. It might be the same exact thing. You might have some tracks from back in the day, from Supreme Clientele 1 era, that he hasn't put out. Like he said, he literally said it. He literally said, yo, Supreme Clientele 2 has 3 or 4 tracks from back in the days. The songs that I was like stacking and keeping. So tell me guys, what you think, man? What do you think, man? Should we expect these rappers and these artists to keep on like bringing the nostalgia and bringing the same exact, like birthing the same exact child over and over again? Or should we let them do their thing, let them grow as well, and let them um be in a different space in terms of these albums? It's just something to think about, man. Something to start a conversation around, man. We need to stop. We need to talk about that. Like, I feel like we're putting a lot of pressure on these artists to bring back a memory and to bring back an experience you had, a nostalgia that you had. Like, I mean, those artists are not responsible for your nostalgia. at the end of the day. They're not responsible for how you feel at the end of the day, how you feel about their work. All they can do, because I'm saying this because I'm a music producer, I'm not responsible for what other people feel about my work, right? All I'm responsible for is like creating a feeling, number one, creating great music, number two, creating an impact, something that you hear and like you think about where you were when you first heard that. So I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It's just something. It's a thought that I had, bro. Like, are we supposed to like keep these artists on a leash, or are we supposed to let them do whatever the hell they want, bro? Do they owe us for the feeling that they created on their music? Do they have to keep fueling that feeling and fueling that world that they created around a project or their music? Like, are they responsible to us? Woo, that's deep, huh? That's deep, man. You talk to me in the comment section right now, man. I'm that boy Kater. Thank you for watching. Peace.